Okay, so I sent you an assignment about different points of view, whether it be up on top of something, standing in front of something, or down below. But I want to make sure that we're kind of aware of what that means. Now, when we're talking about different points of view, we really get into the idea of perspective. All right, so in perspective, if I have a horizon line, and that's what this is called, and a vanishing point, so here's a horizon line, and this is your vanishing point. All right, in this concept, everything is going to be drawn toward this vanishing point. So if I take and I sketch in a sphere here, now you can use a ruler. I'm just going to do this pretty quickly. All right, if I draw a box up above that vanishing point, this is a worm's eye view. And why we call it that is because a worm is laying down here on the ground and it's going to be looking up at this piece. All right, so it's going to see the underneath parts of it. So if I start actually drawing a square in 3 dimensions, all right, so now I have, not only do I have height and width, now I've created depth. All right, that worm down here on the ground, all right, is looking up underneath that box. All right, so that's a particular point of view. Now if I have something here on the horizon line that equally separates it, or it can be floated up or down, all right, these concepts we refer to as normal view. It's your normal eye line. So say let's put one kind of hovering above this as well. All right, when I say hovering, it actually lines up with the horizon line. All right, now down here by the worm, if I take that same box and I draw it in, all right, but this time I connect it to the vanishing point. Whoops, I didn't mean to miss the worm there. Sorry, a little squirmy. All right, and then I create the 3-dimensionality of that. All right, now I've got the front side here. All right, and I've got the inside and I got the top. All right, so I've created a 3-dimensionality of it. So the worm, all right, is now like, okay, well I can't see it. I'm down here by it. All right, so this is where the bird, all right, sitting up here on its perch. We can make it an owl if we want. Alright, so we got an owl, which is a bird. He's hanging out up here with his beak. Alright, maybe his Tootsie Roll Pop. Alright, poor little dude's looking down. Alright, so we're looking down on this, so now we can see the top, inside, and then we can see the front. Alright, the worm sees the same thing, but it sees the bottom because it's flying over its head. So the bird sees the top, worm sees the bottom. Alright, so this is when we're talking about points of view. Now, when I ask you to do the sketch, all right, so what I want you to do, really want you to think about your room. All right, now in the normal view, all right, you'll have a back wall like this, looking straight back. Then you have the 4 walls. All right, simply this is where your rug or your stuff would lay. Then you may have the bed here. All right, and it's going to kind of break the side. You may have a window. All right, you may have a chest or drawer or something to put your clothes in. Maybe another window here. Maybe you have your favorite band poster there. All right, you have your light here on the ceiling. All right, so using that concept of perspective, just the simple boxes. All right, I went ahead and just sketched in what my room would look like if I was standing by my bed. All right, now same concept can be had too. All right, if I'm standing up and I'm looking down. All right, so I'm just going to drop the horizon line a little bit. All right, then alright, so here, this would be me. Alright. There's my piece of paper. Alright, my pencil's in my hand over here. Can't see because I'm a righty. So I'm standing there. So now my line of vision is looking down on stuff. Alright, before, I was about right there. Alright, and I was able to look straight ahead. So my point of view is seeing the horizon line right there. Alright, when I've moved the values or the horizon line down, now I'm up above it looking out onto the room. Alright, so there's going to be a lot bit more dramatic window here or poster. Alright, the floor actually might be a little lower because it is lower here, so there's my horizon line, the floor is lower. So we do something like that. Alright, so here, this is what I was talking about, changing, alright, the point of view. Alright, so that the viewer is welcome in your space differently. Alright, any questions, please send me questions or sketches via Instagram or by email.